pronunciation, you have a little checklist here. Did the speaker do this? Did the speaker do that? And we have 3 categories here: excellent, satisfactory, or could improve. And I added another one called absolutely. There were a couple of things that I felt like that you absolutely did. Use of proper grammar and pronunciation. Could not find a single time when you misused a word or the grammar was not on target. Was the speech purpose clear? Absolutely. Was the speech effectively organized? Absolutely. Those are areas where you knock it out of the ballpark again. One of the questions, though, was did the speaker use simple, short, clear words and short sentences that are simple and easy to understand? There was one place where you used the words methods, systems, and processes. And I wonder if you might pick one of those words, or if there is another word that incorporates all 3 of them that you might use and pause so that we can sink into that, because I got a little distracted. Okay, is it a method, a system, a process? And, you know, even though there might be subtle differences between those words, I think in this setting, I'm not sure I would have plowed into that much detail. What did I like about the speech? I liked the body language. I liked the visual pictures with your hands. That was very powerful, very awesome. What could the speaker have done to make the speech more effective? This is where I'm going to really beat up on you. I thought you had a powerful introduction. You came out front. You did this visual with your hands was very powerful. I wanted to see a bookend at the end that balanced the powerful beginning. I wanted to see it develop, and I felt like your ending, it needs an ending that is equally as gripping and powerful as that beginning. And it might not have been noticeable, except your beginning was so awesome that I noticed that it felt a little out of balance there. Did the speaker use words that had more than one meaning or were inaccurate? I really didn't hear very much. I did hear the phrase "you're back," and that could have a lot of meanings, but I think we were all pretty clear on what it meant when we used it. And I would love to hear the speech again, and over and over and over. I think we all took something from that was of value. Appreciate it.
The part about evaluations that I like is where she said, "I'm really going to beat up on you." You know, it's like, and that's the part we need to be listening to. All the, you know, oh, that's so good. You did so good. You did so good. Yeah. Get to the part where I'm going to get better. You know, that was really valuable. Thank you. Our next evaluator, Andrew Williamson.
As you know, Amy has spoken for a long time, and she's always done a great job. And one of the things I have seen in her is the change, the transformation. I'd say that she has risen to a new level of speaking. Her adroit speaking is further enhanced by the newfound use of body and movement. If you've seen her in the past, she was very careful, very controlled, very tight. But she is an overachiever, so she always comes prepared. She never asks a question that she doesn't know the answer. So to see her take these huge risks, get out of her comfort zone, is to see a new speaker. You are being reborn, as it is, as a speaker, because you are no longer the careful, controlled person. You're taking risks that are unimaginable for an Amy Vogt who is so careful and so correct. And I thought you were especially good when you became the accountant. You sold that persona. I like the use of hands. The movement was appropriate. You might even one time want to be a little more dramatic, as you were the other time you were throwing yourself on the floor. That was a good change, and such a startling change. It was really awesome. I don't know what to critique about you. I was beginning to wonder, do I start worrying about wardrobe? Who are you wearing? Wang, Versace? When you have an excellent speech, you look for things, and you picked up the balance. If I were a better writer, I might have looked for what could you have done differently. I thought some of your soft was so soft I couldn't hear it. So when you want to come down a little bit, don't come down so far that you lose the audience. But everything you did, especially the conclusion, your speech was on redemption. You brought that to us. It was in a great manner. It is perfect for this season. You gave us encouragement that yes, we are crushed, we're beaten up, but there is redemption. So your speech had content, it had movement, it had the variety. Props were all good. I would not know how to really effectively. You know, one time I told you you want to really go out there. You've gone out there. So I'm not sure what the next big step for you is, other than to keep doing it, take more risk. When you get loud, get real loud. But when you get soft, don't get so soft I can't.
Could I say something?
What would you like to say, Lon?
How many of you saw what was happening when Amy was grinding her hand? See the sand falling? I thought that was really a great touch.
Oh, I missed that. Thank you for saying that. There was sand falling?
Yeah.
Yes. Girl, sometimes when you're trying to pay attention to stuff, you miss the fine
There's a
details.
pile right there.
Make sure you clean that up. Protocols out the window here. All right. Love this form. Tells you to pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. Unfortunately, it's like it's too fast. I can't keep up. You guys, it was a wonderful meeting. I think our speakers. I need a timer's report. Did our evaluators qualify?
Yes.
Okay, so y'all can vote for the best evaluator as I'm rambling over here. Table topics, did they qualify?
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
We already went.
So, and you already voted, okay, great. So as you're voting, I'm gonna say that I think the grammarian needs to speak up and tell us how he caught any resurrecting, like my moment here, any word of the day and our flavors in our word choices.
Fellow Toastmaster, honored guests, grammarian's report. Well, adroit, Andrew used it, and so did Cindy. The word resurrection, Cindy used it. Amy, you get credit for it. You're back. That falls in the theme. Andrew used the word reborn, also falls in the theme. Lisa, you just used it. As far as colorful language, phraseology, I liked Amy's use of the word righteous indignation. We've certainly heard that in the past, but that's a powerful message. Essence of you crushed out. Rich fulfillment, although I get credit for the psalmist on that one. And Lon, I really like keep one lip on top of the other lip. And Julie, communication on steroids. Excellent, like those a lot. As far as grammatical usage, Lisa, you said did so good. The word is so well.
Thank you.
So good. And filler words or repeated words, healing, healer. Amy, I heard you use that, kind of a double up there. And Julie, it needs, doubling up there. As far as ums and ahs, Lon, you're still a little heavy on the ums and ahs. I'm really especially critical of that. I mean, when I listen to the TV or if I hit a politician, my gosh, those ums and ahs, they really leap out at you if you start paying attention to them. Rick, a little heavy on it, 4 times. Julie, 3 times. Other than that, just here and there. But that's it for the grammarian's report. Madam General Governor.
Thank you, Jim. So what I would like to say about today's meeting is, you know, it doesn't always have to be perfect, right? She started off telling us, you know, how is she worthy to speak about Easter? You know, she's not perfect. We're not perfect. And so the theme was just so wonderful. I used that right. You know, as we put ourselves out there, we're being personable. So be yourself. You know, don't be somebody else. Be yourself and be positive. I'm talking to you. No putting yourself down when you come up here. We want to smile and love with you. We don't want to be saying, she's not being positive. So, just saying. And before the meeting, we were kind of crazy with traffic. I had the box. Sorry about that. Won't do it again. Speaker, wonderful speech. You know, so prepared. Everything was right on target. The evaluations, let me say, growth, growth, growth. I am amazed, and I applaud you both because you guys came out here and really did your job well. You gave her some effective feedback along with some wonderful praise, and I just know that she's going to be able to grow from this moment on as she has this point, you know, to this point. So thank you guys for taking your role seriously. And the table topics, Lon, what a wonderful job. Really, I mean, and it was brief. And one of the questions here, guys, it says, were the table topic questions brief? Yes. And that made sense to me. Yes, let's make them brief so that the people can understand the question. Because I have like attention deficit disorder, I think. But, so it's like you can be talking and talking and I miss something. So great job. And the evaluations, I captured that. It was an awesome meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. Well done. I hope everyone has had an opportunity so far to go ahead and vote for our best evaluator, best table topics, and best speaker today. Before we do our tally and finalize our meeting, I'd like to first thank our guests for being here. We've enjoyed having you in our midst and hope that you will come back, and ask that if you have any comments about our meeting, any thoughts that you'd like to share with Greg. Ellen?
Thank you so much for having me today, and I've learned a lot just from one meeting.
Normally we would, I guess the word is hover around 20 to 25 people here, so we are small but mighty today.
Amen.
So, and also thank you for the grace, Lisa. That being said, let me go ahead today and say that our best speaker.
It was awesome. Really.
Our best table topics today. And our best evaluator today is Julie Jones. We're running a couple of minutes ahead, so before we finalize our meeting, I would like to address Lisa as it relates to going ahead and filling a couple of available roles for our meeting next week.
No meeting next week.
Pardon me, the following week,
And that's the 18th.
the 18th.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. I need to ask first, this was Andrew's last Toastmaster commercial requirement, and he did a fabulous job with all of them. So I just want to thank you for that role.